Hello everyone and welcome back to our Drupal tutorial series on the RESTful web services. In this video, we will learn creating new nodes using the post method in a Drupal's RESTful web services. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how to create nodes in a Drupal using the RESTful APIs. Before we get started, make sure you have the following prerequisites. A Drupal installation with the RESTful web services enabled. Second is the basic knowledge of Drupal's content types and fields. Third is the REST client like the Postman for testing the API request. In Drupal, RESTful endpoints provides a way to interact with the site's content. To create a new node, we will need to utilize the appropriate RESTful endpoints. So for that, click on this on creation and inside the web services, click on the REST. So in the last videos, we have already seen how to install the required modules to create or use the RESTful web services in a Drupal. In the first video of this series, we have seen what is the RESTful APIs and which modules are required to create the RESTful web services in a Drupal. And in the last video, we have seen how to get the node data using the get method in a Drupal. Now in this video, we will create the new node using the post method. Now let's jump into the Postman and send a request to create a new node. We will need to include the necessary headers and payloads in our request. For that, first I will copy the URL name. My website's URL is localhost/Drupal. And go to the Postman, paste the URL here and change the method name to the post like mentioned here to create the node, and after that add the parameter as a /node. In the params, we need to pass the format as of JSON. So param key will be _format. Value will be the JSON. Now go to the body and in the raw add the JSON which will contain the node details like the title, body and in which content type you want to create the node. So I have already created this JSON. I will explain you this JSON. In this JSON you can see the first parameter is the type. We want to create the node in an article content type. So we have mentioned the target ID as article. The title of this node will be the create node using the post method. And in the body, we have passed the two parameters. First is the value. It will be the text which will be displayed in the body. In the format, this will be the CK editor's format. So we are passing the format as a basic HTML, or you can pass it as a full _HTML. Now we will send the request. For that, click on this send. In response, you can see no authentication credentials provided. It means we will require the user's details to create the node. Right now we are trying to create the node using the anonymous user. So in the permissions, you can see which users has the permissions to create the new node inside the article content type. So we have provided the permission to content editor role and the administrator role to create the new node in the article. And I have the one user, that is the admin user, whose role is content editor. So it is important to handle the authentication properly when making requests to Drupal's RESTful endpoints. Depending on your Drupal configuration, you may need to include the authentication credential in your request. For that, we will go to the authentication and select the authentication type as a basic auth. And here we need to add the username and the password of the user. My user's username is admin user and the password is admin@12345 In the headers, you can see now the authorization is a basic and the These are the encrypted details in the form of the base64 encode. Now we will send the request by clicking on this send button. We will check what we will get the response. So in the response you can see the node is created now. Its node ID is 14. After that there is a UUID, version ID, language code, type. This node created into the article content type. And after that you can see the title. Title is the create node using the post method, which we have passed here. And in the body you can see the body as well, node body. Now we will go to the backend of this website and we will check if this node is created or not. So for that, refresh the admin/content page. So this is the node created using the post method. So this is the title of the node and the node body. Also we are getting the which user has created this node. User's username is admin user. Now I will again show you by creating the another node. So we will add the new node at the end of the title. Same way in the body as well. New node and send the request. So this is the new node. Its node ID is 15. We will go to the URL and we will access the 15 node. This is the newly added title, new node, and the same you can see in the body as well. And that's it from this video. You have learned how to create the new nodes using the post method in a Drupal's RESTful web services. You can add the multiple parameters body as well, like if you want to add the path or the taxonomy. So you can customize your request and you can create the node as per your requirements. Before we wrap up, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. By subscribing to our channel, you will stay updated with the latest tutorials and tips on a Drupal development. Plus, it's a great way to show your support for the channel and help us grow. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.